Hello and welcome to Saturday Nights. Now we're talking with me, the last man standing in any fight to the death, Paul Davis, and my guest this week, the entertainer and recording artist Lucy Lush, and the blogger that gets all tongues wagging on social media, Jackie Wright. Welcome to you both. How are you?
Hi, sorry, I was just having a sip away there. I'm in a world of my own. I'm sorry.
Don't let me stop you. Now, the last time you were going to be on together, I was ill and we had to cancel.
Oh, no.
Was it?
Yeah, it was the last time, and I was so apologetic. But you're here.
Yeah.
We are.
Is this your first time together, or?
No, we've worked together a few times.
We have quite a few.
Yeah.
First time together in ages.
In a while, yeah.
Definitely.
We'll have to
last
more
year.
of this happen.
Yeah, well, definitely. I love working with Jackie. I just
You have
wish.
to say that because you sat there.
I know, but I just wish she wouldn't wear all that floral. I've had no antihistamines today.
Yeah, but I've got competition. Got competition with you.
Now, Lucy was begging to work with you. That is true. Absolutely true.
Yeah, I was saying I want to work with Jackie.
Oh.
So I made it happen. I make wishes happen.
I know. Oh, honestly.
Without a magic wand as well.
Right, okay, we're going to be talking about some of the big news stories this week. But beforehand, what's caught your eye this week?
Yeah, the sad loss of Mr. Gordon Kay.
I know.
From Hello Hello. You know, so because in my youth, when I was a mere young thing, I did quite a few episodes of Hello Hello.
Now, I was trying to guess who you might have been, and I thought you might have been the female resistance, but
no,
you weren't. Who were you?
I was a German.
Were you?
Yes, I had very light blonde hair then, with a bob and whatever. So of course, I had the German look going on.
And a long leather coat.
Yeah, I had the long leather coat and the work, so,
So anything caught your eye this week, Jackie?
Just the women's march.
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to be... I'm sure we'll touch on that at some point this week. Anyway, let's find out what's coming up on today's show. Don't forget, we want to hear from you. You can get in touch with the show by texting us on 07548 200 007, starting your message with the word talk, or you can tweet us at That's Manchester using the hashtag NWT. Now, coming up on today's show, we'll be talking about the recent Supreme Court decision on Brexit, and could you be one of 4,000 Britons targeted in dating scams? As ever, we'll be finding out what the tweet you've been talking about on social media. But first, here's this week's big news. So, in June of last year, a routine test of the UK's nuclear deterrent failed when an unarmed missile targeting the west coast of Africa flew off course in the opposite direction. This week, it emerged that Theresa May was aware of the misfire prior to a Commons vote to renew Trident at a cost of £40 billion. The news comes after the Prime Minister refused to confirm whether she knew about the failure 4 times on BBC One's Andrew Marr show. With no one ready to confirm or deny the misfire and an alleged cover-up prior to the vote on Trident, is this politically damaging for the government? Now, it's been absolutely huge news this week. Have you been following this?
I have touched on it, yeah.
Yeah. What do you make of it? I mean, first of all, let's touch on the misfire itself. It calls for concern.
We can't afford to have mistakes like that. You cannot afford to have mistakes like that. If that's taken the wrong way, Matt, all it needs to come.
It's all starting. Yeah, but I don't agree with Trident anyway. I don't agree with it.
Well,
we shouldn't be having these. I don't think anybody should be having these.
we still need to know that we can protect ourselves in case of anything. But they shouldn't make a mistake.
No, I don't agree because once you fire them missiles, whoever you're aiming at is going to retaliate.
Yeah,
everybody's
definitely.
gone.
Yeah.
So what is the point? I don't agree with it at all.
Well, the idea of the deterrent is if anyone fires on us, we can fire back. So it's mutual destruction at the end of the day.
It is. What is the point?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we don't want another Third World War. We don't want that. Full stop. But something like that can cause a Third World War by some idiot. Some idiot making a mistake can cause a Third World War. And we're gone like that. And
now, prior to the misfire, there have been many successful tests. Shouldn't we be focusing on the success rather than the failure? Because
I don't want to focus on anything to do with that, to be honest. Honestly, because I just don't agree with it at all. I understand what you're saying, but it's just the cost. It's the money that they spend on it and everything else. Yeah, maybe there's been some successful trials and everything else, but everybody's focused on this one that went wrong, and I agree with that. That could have started a whole different ball game.
Yeah, definitely. So But it's £40 billion spent on that, and apparently we haven't got enough money for our own economy. But this £40 billion spent on this. Now, what about our National Health Service? What about everything else? What about the fact that that's in dire straits at the present moment? The fact that elderly persons' homes are being closed down. The fact that youth centres are being closed down. They're spending £40 billion on that, and they say they've got no money in the pot.
What did you make of Theresa May's kind of response to questioning, because she refused to...
Well, she didn't respond, did she?
Well, exactly. She refused to say if there had been a misfire. She refused to say if she knew anything. It came out this week that she was aware prior to a vote to renew Trident. What do you make of claims of a cover-up? Do you think she did cover it up?
I don't know if she did cover it up. She obviously knew, and I think the fact that she didn't say anything told you that she knew.
Yeah.
To be honest.
It would have been nice if we'd have been told that information, especially because, as I said earlier, in case there was any retaliation, there should have been an apology put out there instantaneously, not months later. You know, there should have been an apology put out there, like, we're sorry this has happened, blah, blah, blah. You know, especially because, as I said, we don't want another war. That is it. We don't want it's literally, especially the way things are going in America at the moment. We don't want to be upsetting the apple cart in America.
Do you think that they should have come out and said quite clearly what happened? Because again, we're not
at the time.
Well, not just at the time, but now that we've got information about a possible misfire, people are still refusing to say if it did misfire or not. Does that speak volumes? Does that just say we're not going to tell you, but yes, it did misfire?
Well, that just tells you that they don't tell us anything. They don't tell us anything that they don't want us to know, do they?
I mean, what other things have happened that we don't know about?
Yeah, exactly. They don't tell you anything.
No.
We found out about this one. How did we find out anyway?
Oh, there was a leak.
Right.
Another leak.
There you go. So we'd never have found out otherwise. So like you said, what other things are going on that we don't have a clue about?
Yeah, it's a scary thought. It's a scary thought that for our future and our future generations.
Now, going back to something that you were touching on before, Jackie, in a poll last year, only 1 in 5 Britons opposed the renewal of Trident. Just over half of the population wanted to see full renewal, with a third preferring a non-nuclear option. Now, a slim majority was in favour of renewal. Do you think that this information would change their minds? Do you think that they would go back?
Depends what the reasons are for why they wanted it to be renewed.
Yeah, definitely. It does. Yeah, it definitely does. It depends on who are the people that are voting for it to happen anyway. That is it. And you know, majority of people just want to live in a world of peace. But I know that's never going to happen. We're never going to have that. We're never going to see as they always say, the world peace thing. We're never ever going to see that, I don't think, in any lifetime. Yeah. Well,
in February 2015, a paper was published outlining an alternative to Trident. The think tank Centre Forum drew on declassified proposals developed during the Cold War. The deterrent, part nuclear and part conventional weapons, would have been substantially less than the $40 billion required to renew Trident. With a third of Britons keen to see a cheaper alternative, are any of the parties doing enough to put one forward? Now,
probably not.
The SNP and the Green Party, and certainly Jeremy Corbyn, they want to see Trident removed altogether. Do you think the argument has been too much about just getting rid of it and renewing it? Should there be an alternative thrown into the mix?
I haven't heard of an alternative, so possibly, it's just like get rid of it or renew it. I've not heard anything about any alternative, what we could do, what we can't do. And there must be a cheaper alternative, there must be, if we were to have one.
I mean, we apparently have some of the most amazing minds creating all these things. So the fact is, why can't they come to some other alternative? Why can't they sit down and say, right, why do we have to have some bomb that can basically that can destroy, not only destroy our people, destroy the land? And if that land is polluted and destroyed, that's it. We've lost out.
Yeah.
That's it. We've lost our plants, we've lost our animals, we've lost, everything. I mean, our human beings, everything. And that part, you look at where bombs have gone off, where nuclear bombs have gone off over the years. That land still.
Chernobyl.
Yeah. That land still is it's literally, it cannot be used. It's going to be another 1,000 years or something before that land will be good enough to use. So please find an alternative.
Now, I just want to touch on some of the comments that were posted online in regards to the story. One guy wrote, "What is wrong with people? National security and everything. The question should be, which of the anti-Trident left-wing socialists leaked a story to the press? Find that person and hang them for treason." Another posted, for goodness sake, no country has a missile system that didn't have a misfire ever. None of our potential adversaries would be surprised. Get over it. So first of all, let's talk about the first comment. Hang them for treason. Do you think that this information should have been made public?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I do, but I don't think it should have been brought out with a leak. I think it should have been brought out with a member of our government telling us we've had a mistake. It shouldn't be a leak.
Do you think we would have dealt with it a lot better if it had come out, full transparency?
Definitely,
most definitely.
Yeah.
Most
See,
definitely.
all you've got now is people thinking what they're hiding.
And what else could go wrong?
Yeah.
And what is going wrong at this present time? What is going to happen? What's going to happen in the next? And people scared stiff of a bomb going off near them, especially people that lived through the war.
Yeah. Anyway, unfortunately, that's all the time we've got for in this section. Join us after the break, where we'll be talking about some more of the big news as we play Yay or Nay. See you in 3 minutes.